I bought an Amazon mystery box GPU for a chance to win a GTX 1660, 6600 XT, 3060 Ti, or even a 3090. It's definitely not gonna be some old useless piece of garbage. I hope so, at least. A long time ago, way back in April, it was a fine spring day and I was playing outside with my cat Hermione. She loves to play outside. We go for walks, we play fetch and hide and seek and pee on the tree. Lots of wholesome fun. When suddenly I got a notification on my phone. One of the items that I had wishlisted on Amazon had a drop in price. Used to be $100, but now it was only 70 bucks. What was this item? Well, I didn't know, because it wasn't a specific item. It was a chance to win something amazing. It was an Amazon GPU mystery box. This was the chance I was waiting for. For only $70, I had a chance to get a GPU that might be a GTX 1660, or an RTX 3060, or even an RTX 3090 Ti. Or it could just be some piece of garbage that isn't worth nearly 70 bucks. Well, what are the odds of that happening? I thought. Actually, what I really thought was, I bet this would make a fun video if I bought one of these, and hey, since it's shipped with Amazon Prime, I could just return it and get my money back, so what do I got to lose? So I clicked buy now and patiently waited for my package to arrive. It did, really quickly, like the next day. Amazon had this thing locked and loaded. What a great company, Amazon. Always looking out for us customers. I knew I had to do my unboxing and make a video within 30 days or else I wouldn't be able to return it and I'd be stuck with whatever was in the box. And guess what happened? You'll never guess. What's that? You guessed that I kept putting it off and then forgot about it and missed the return window because I'm an idiot? How dare you? Just because I bought this in April and now it's July doesn't not mean that I forgot. Maybe I actually wanted whatever was in this box. You ever think of that? So eventually I decided, whatever. I'll just make this stupid video so you can laugh at my terrible decisions. Judging by the weight of the box, I knew right away I wasn't getting a 3090 Ti. Unless they make 3090s that weigh as much as a granola bar. Like mini baby 3090s? Yeah, probably not. I was hoping for at least something that I could use. Alright, enough with the suspense. When I opened the box, I was greeted by the unmistakable scent of old used PC components. Whatever was in here was packaged with the utmost care in the finest bubble wrap and masking tape. Not a very promising start. Peeling back the bubble wrap, I was greeted with a word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Keys Please. Keys Please is your one-stop shop for all your software key needs. Don't pay full price for legit keys that support the companies that make the software you love. For less than half the price, you can get a questionably legal product key for your favorite software from Keys Please. Guaranteed to work or your money back if you file a support ticket and wait 15 days for them to get around to answering it. Thank you, Keys Please, for sponsoring the video. Okay, enough of that nonsense. Let's get back to the story. Let's see how we did with our mystery box GPU. When I opened this thing, well, I guess it's pretty much what I should have expected. It didn't look like something worth even close to $70. Actually, I didn't know what I was looking at. It felt very familiar though. At first, I was pretty sure that I had this exact GPU before. I had an old Radeon HD 7450 that I pulled from an old HP pre-built ages ago. But I used that to add video out on a low-end PC that I gave away last year. That GPU is a total piece of garbage. It was worse than the integrated graphics of the PC that I put it in. I was pretty sure that this was the exact same GPU, but looking at the PCB, there's an identifier on it. And when I looked it up, this came up as a Radeon HD 5450. So this is even worse than the 7450. The 7450 had 512 megabytes of DDR3 memory, but looking at the specs of this 5450, oh man, this is pretty bad. 650 megahertz GPU clock, 512 megabytes of DDR2 memory clocked at 400 megahertz. 80 cores, 64-bit memory bus, 6.4 gigabytes per second memory bandwidth, no DX12 support. To put this all in perspective, performance-wise, the GT710, which is the laughing stock of this generation of GPUs, the GT710 is 300% better than this 5450. 300%! It was also dusty, with a loose mounting bracket. At least it only pulls 19 watts of power. And it's low profile, single slot. You shouldn't expect to be able to play any games very well, except for the lowest end stuff, but at least you could shove this in an old small form factor office PC. You would only want to do that if you needed extra display ports, or if this thing would get better performance than the processor's integrated graphics, which isn't very likely, to be honest. This GPU was a piece of garbage when it was released in 2010. So, should we see what kind of gaming performance I got for my $70 mystery box GPU? Well, I begrudgingly removed the 6700 XT from my test rig, and then I shoved in this dusty, ancient piece of garbage. This went in my i5-10400 PC that I built in a recent video. I'll link to that video below if you want to see the build or check out the specs. As I turned it on, well, it turned on, so that was a good start. Didn't sound so great though, kinda grindy whine coming from the fan. I probably should have cleaned off the crud, but like, why bother, you know? Windows started up okay, and there we go. Our graphics card is detected, as you can see in the device manager. So it was time to dig through the ancient depths of the internet for an outdated driver for this thing. I did find one. It was the old Catalyst software, last updated in 2015. Not bad, not bad. The installation didn't work the first time. The driver wasn't applied, and the Catalyst software said it wasn't installed, so I had to manually install the driver from the dump the Catalyst took on the root level of my C drive. After that, it finally worked, sorta. I had to reinstall Catalyst again. Fun stuff. After that, we were good. Okay, with the drivers installed and it sorta working okay, it was time to test out some games. I only tested out a few games because this is not an extended gameplay performance test by any means. I just wanted to see what this mystery box piece of garbage could do. Now, the game that I always test first is Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but yeah, that wasn't gonna happen. Shadow of the Tomb Raider was released in 2018, which is 8 years after this GPU was released. It did start up at 720p with the lowest settings. Took about 5 minutes to get into the menu, but it did start, getting a big 3 FPS in the menu with some graphical glitches, as you can see there. But the actual game didn't start. It tried to start. I got the in-game interface in my crosshair and I could hear the sounds, but that's all the GPU can handle. No graphics for us. Okay, so that's a big nope. If the newest Tomb Raider wasn't gonna work, maybe an older Tomb Raider would work. So here's Rise of the Tomb Raider, which, well, yeah, it got us into the game at least. Had to run at 720p with the lowest settings and we got about 6 FPS. Not what I'd call playable. Not what anyone would call playable. Let's keep going back in time in the hopes we can find something that sort of runs better on this thing. The original Tomb Raider, of the reboot series, that was released in 2013. I have it for my Xbox 360. That came out 3 years after this GPU, so maybe there's a chance it'll run here. And yeah, sorta did. I started out with the lowest settings at 720p, and again, it took freaking forever to load, but once it did, it was actually sorta playable. Not really, but sorta. I was getting around 20 FPS. The game didn't look good. Some parts of the scenery were downright broken, but I could at least move around the world and pretend it was playable. And when I went down to 800 by 600, the game became way more playable. Look at this. I was getting FPS in the mid-30s, sometimes up into the 40s. The game looked, well, it looked like garbage, if we're being honest. Low settings at 800 by 600 without anti-aliasing isn't a great gaming experience. I think we can all agree on that. But hey, maybe you could suspend your disbelief and pretend that you're actually playing a retro game. Like, pretend this is a GameCube game or something, and maybe then you'll be able to enjoy the experience. At this point, I wasn't feeling great about my life choices, spending $70 on a GPU that can barely handle a 10-year-old game. But like, if I spent my $70 on something better than this, then you wouldn't have a fun video to watch, and a dweeb to laugh at, and make you feel good about yourself. I had a feeling that The Witcher 3 might do okay. I was getting 250 FPS in the intro menu. This game has surprised me in the past. It came out in 2015, but it is playable on lots of really old GPUs. And, well, not here, obviously. Not even close. This was 720p with the lowest settings. Yeah, it was like a slideshow. The game looks good, even at the low settings. You could run this game on lots of low-end GPUs, and even at low settings, you'll have an enjoyable experience. I wasn't enjoying my experience on the HD 5450 though. Not even a little bit. So I had to pull out the big guns. GTA 5. The most well-optimized game like ever. This game runs decent on pretty much anything. And, well, it didn't even start. I couldn't get it to run. I tried twice and the game froze the system as it was loading. That was just depressing. not gonna lie. I wanted to end on a high note because I found another game that actually ran. Not great, but it ran, and it was sorta playable. Borderlands 2. It was released in 2012, so 2 years after this GPU, and it was running at like 22 FPS, but still, my hopes were their highest at this point, which is to say I hated this GPU from the bottom of my heart, but at least there were some games that you could actually play, so I thought that maybe, just maybe, I could do something with this GPU someday. Since I can't return it and I'm stuck with it forever, maybe I could find a bunch of really old games and you use this in some sort of retro gaming PC or something. I don't know. I'm trying to look at the bright side here because the alternative is a dark pit of despair. A deep dark pit filled with darkness and spikes and snakes and demons shaped like Radeon HD 5450s poking me with pitchforks and calling me a loser with low FPS who can't even play GTA 5 for crying out loud. Well, I guess I got what I deserved, didn't I? And we all knew this wasn't gonna end well. You know it right from the start. It does take a genius to deduce that a mystery box GPUs are just a scam. They're not giving away 3080 Ti's or the 2060s or 1650s. Heck, they're not even giving away GT 710s. They're giving you the worst, old, ancient, outdated, dusty, rusty, crusty GPUs that they have lying around in the hope that some idiot with more money than brains will come along and buy one, intending to check it out and return it for his money back and then forget to return it and end up stuck with a worthless piece of garbage like a buffoon. Well, the prophecy has been fulfilled. And that brings us to the end of this adventure. Please let me know in the comments below what an idiot I am, and what the heck should I do with this GPU? Do you want to see a full video on it? Maybe we could actually find some games that'll run okay. It might be fun to try to get the most out of it. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that for some reason. And while you're down there, click the thumbs up button if you take pity on me. Or go ahead and click the thumbs down button, because I deserve nothing less, to be honest. I'd like to give a big thank you to my patrons who help me pay for useless junk like this in the hopes that I'll make a fun video. If you want to support the useless and mildly entertaining things that I do, I'll include a link to that below. You'll make it into the credits at the end of the video, and there are some other fun perks that might interest you. And if you haven't yet, subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. I'm TechDweeb. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Oh, look at this, you guys. I posted this on my YouTube community tab, and lots of you were guessing what GPU might be in here, and someone actually guessed the exact right GPU. There you go. Iceberg Tech HD 5450. Dig, dig, dig. We have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. This guy's either a genius or a fortune teller. He also has a YouTube channel, and it's really good. He's smarter than me, and he has an adorable British accent. I'll link to his channel in the description below. Go check him out, and tell him TechDweeb sent you.